So recently I did a 26-mile bike ride, and it's not something I've done like I've trained up to or anything like that. I just decided I need to go somewhere, get something, and then come back. And it just happened to be 26 miles, which is similar length to a marathon by running, but I did it by bike. But I had no training for this or anything like that, and I want to discuss some of the lessons, the life lessons that I got from doing this in this video, and I think it might help some other people. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do this, right? So let's just start off. So 26-mile bike ride. The first thing I need to mention is that I set a mission for myself, which was to go to my workplace to pick up my sunglasses that I forgot in my vehicle that I drive for work, and then come back home. So going that whole round trip was 26 miles basically. I didn't know it at the time, I just did it and I tracked it on my phone and stuff like that, right? And then so some of it was on along a canal, so it's like gravelly roads. Some of it's back on country roads where it's just like 60 roads where cars travel fast and stuff like that, and it's tarmac, so it's okay. So on the way back it was okay, but on the way up there it was very, very sore trip basically. So the intention was to enjoy the nice day out because it was absolutely a brilliant day. So I was like, cool, let me do this on a very hot day. And the mission was carrying me. So if I didn't have that mission of going to get my sunglasses, I wouldn't have gone, because or I would have gone for a more leisurely ride, like around here, go like a couple miles away, do a little workout on the calisthenics bars and stuff like that, and then come home, right? But because I had this mission in mind, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So this is like one little lesson here. Having a mission was I was able to actually take action. If I didn't have that mission, I wouldn't have done that far of a journey, right? Secondly, I called the security guy at the place I work to tell him I'm coming and what time I'll be there. So now I've set some accountability for myself. Unknowingly, I did this. I just like, bro, I'm gonna be here. Just make sure you open the gate when I come, kind of thing. And so when I went there, he did that. Obviously, I came back. And if I didn't do that, right, now no one else knows about my whole journey and I don't have any accountability. I can just stop halfway and be like, do I really need these glasses? No, I'm just gonna come back home. But because I told this person I'm coming, now I've got accountability. Now he's expecting me. If I don't come, I have to make up some silly excuse, right? And it just makes me feel myself internally like wussing out basically. Similar with this, so now I've got the mission, now I've got accountability. I also, like, similar with the whole accountability thing, I joke with my wife to say, if I can't make it, I'll come and call you and you can come and pick me up, right? Imagine if I did this. Imagine how weak and pathetic I would look and feel if I needed to call my wife to get her to come and get me from wherever I am on the side of a road somewhere, right? I would feel like an absolute wimp. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I cannot do that as well. So boom, I've got double accountability. Someone who actually is requiring me to come, and also the social pressure to be like, not look like a bitch in front of my wife to get her to come and pick me up, and my bike, mind you. So I didn't want all of these different things as well, right? So I had to complete this whole journey. I had to go there, come back, and tell her about it, kind of thing. So also, I had no food the entire day until I got to the halfway point, at which I then had a bit of fruit and only water, right? So I had water during the day, but I didn't have any food. So I was learning I didn't really need to have that breakfast just to give me energy anyway. My body has energy. It has loads of stored fat as energy, right? I could just use this as my energy source. So a lot of the time people say, oh, you need to eat first before you go gym and do these different things. But for what I found here, I didn't need to do any of that. I felt fresher. My mind was clearer. I was able to concentrate more when I didn't have food, rather than if I had food, I'll probably feel sluggish. I'll probably feel a bit slower because my body's digesting that food as well. Whereas in this case, it was just burning fat for energy, right? So there was a lot of things there was a lot of points actually where I wanted to quit, but other things were keeping me going, right? So for example, I had a sore groin from where I was sitting. So like I said, I went along a canal to get there, and it's all gravelly road, right? And my bike is not like a mountain bike, it's like a hybrid bike, so it's not got suspension. So it's like this, and also this seat is not comfortable. I recently bought a nice new padded seat, so it's a little bit more comfortable, but this is the factory seat that comes with the bike, and it was like making my groin real sore. So I kept readjusting, and that kept making it more sore. And like, yeah, it wasn't a great, comfortable experience, right? I listened to music for the first half and I found that enjoyable, but then I just needed silence. And from that point, all I discovered was my breathing. And I started, like, there were some certain parts of the trip where I started to scream, like when there was no one around, when I was on like an A road going through the country, like or over the hills and stuff, and there's no cars around me, no people around me, there's only sheep and shit like that, I would just scream at the top of my lungs, just to let out some excess energy, to feel to get out the frustration, to get out the like stress that's built up within me or in my mind or whatever. If I've got negative thoughts running, just to scream them out. That really, really helped. When I discovered my breathing, that was like more of a meditative thing, because I didn't need to listen to music anymore. After a point, the music switched off, and I was like, no, I just need to focus on what I'm doing here. Left pedal, right pedal, left pedal, right pedal. In, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And doing this constantly helped me to regain my focus, because sometimes music can kind of like make you just distracted, and you focus on the words, but you need to focus on your pedaling and stuff like that. So instead, once the music switched off, I'll put my mind muscle connection back in, and each push, each pedal, each breath in, each breath out it's like a meditation. And I was doing it, and I was like feeling every single thing. And it's just like doing one step at a time to get home. It was one pedal at a time to get home, and one breath at a time to get home. And before you know it, because I was focusing on the breath and the pedals, I didn't realize that I had 10 extra miles to go. I just kept on doing the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And before you knew it, I was home, right? So that's a little lesson there for you as well. Then I started using positive self-talk towards the end, because it was like the pain was there in my groin, my legs were on fire, I had hardly eaten anything, I was dehydrated, all these different things. And I was just positive self-talking to myself, saying things like, you can do this, this is how discipline is made. And these are the thoughts that are running constantly in my mind. So I repeat these thoughts like, you could do this, this is how discipline is made, you can do this, this is how discipline is made. And by having that kind of positive self-talk, rather than saying, oh, just call your wife, what the hell are you doing this for, all these different types of things, right? I think in these situations, it brings out who you are internally, as in like who your mind is deep down. And fortunately, I've trained myself to be in a position where I'm just like, no, you can do this. This is how discipline is made. And these type of positive thoughts that are gonna continue to propel me in different areas of my life as well. So I kept going, I made it home. And another lesson I found is that the mind will quit before the body does. The body is in the present and doesn't know what it previously did or what the mind wants it to do next. It will just simply do it. So there's always more you can do, but you need to teach your mind that you can do more. And that's the last thing I want to kind of touch on. But think about that concept. The body, right, is always in the present. The mind is in the past or the future. So the mind is thinking, oh, I can't wait till I get home. I'm gonna have steak. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. Or like it's thinking about the past, like, oh, you've already done 20 miles. Let's just call your wife or whatever. Blah blah blah. This is all in your mind, right? But body, there is no consciousness in your body. Your body is just a machine, and the mind is the one that's controlling the machine, right? So in terms of your body, it doesn't know what it's done a minute ago, let alone an hour ago, right? So your body can keep pushing when your mind is saying to quit. And that is a really good life lesson that is applicable for a lot of things. So like a lot of times you don't feel like doing anything, you feel lethargic, you feel like, oh, I'm just going to do this today, I'm going to watch movies today, I'm going to eat shit like shit today. It's all from your mind. But if you realize that if you just get into the motion of doing the thing you need to do, whether it's recording the video, whether it's doing something on the computer, whether it's going for a bike ride, whether it's doing exercise, whether it's going to certain places and doing things, right? Once your body's in motion, it will just take care of it, a lot of it for you. Yeah, your mind can be rattling around with like negative thoughts, but your mind will always quit before your body does. Your body is way more capable than your mind thinks it is. And you just by keep persisting, keep doing one step at a time, one pedal at a time, breathing in, breathing out, all these different things, you will eventually get to where you want to go. And probably when you get there, you could probably do more as well. But your mind will be like, oh, let's just sit down now. But when you sit down, you realize like, actually, I probably could get up and do a bit more, right? So that's another little nugget of a lesson for you there as well. But it's just interesting because I had the idea of going for this long bike ride, and I never did it for such a long time. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, I could definitely do that again. I wouldn't want to do it with like that same seat, so I'd make it a bit more comfortable in certain ways. I probably would have some food in my bag with me, so I don't have to like buy food where I went to get somewhere and get some. So I've got a bit more prepared next time. But because it's more of an impromptu thing, and I had that accountability from the security and stuff like that, so I was like, oh, I've got to do this now. Because it was like that, it came out a bit more uncomfortable, but I still did it in the end. So if I optimized for comfort as well as like getting the mission done, then who knows, I probably could have done 40 miles. If I really wanted to, I probably could. So something to think about. And I hope this story of mine has given you some lessons that kind of help you in your different areas of life, whether it's a bike ride or in business or in social dynamics and stuff like that. Whether you fear something, you can obviously do it because your body's always in the presence. Your mind is the thing that's fucking you up. So I hope that helps, and I'll catch you in the next video.